Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My dear students, today our topic is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is also a non-conventional source of energy. We have already studied some kinds of non-conventional source of energy, like solar energy, nuclear energy, this ocean thermal energy, etc. And geothermal energy is also a non-conventional source of energy. Geo means earth and thermal means hot. And geothermal is the energy, or geothermal energy is the thermal energy generated and stored in the earth. Okay, it is stored within the earth. This means that geothermal energy will be produced within the is stored within the earth. Okay, the geothermal energy is stored within the earth. And the deeper regions of the earth are extremely hot, as we know. As we go deep into the earth, the regions are extremely hot in the interior, or in the deeper regions. And even in these regions, rocks melt to form magma, what we call the magma. That magma are the molten rocks. Okay, and due to geological change, molten rocks formed in the deeper hot regions of Earth's crust are pushed upwards, okay, and are collected at some depth below the surface of the Earth as trapped layers. And when the underground water comes in contact with these hot regions or hot spots, the underground water, when it comes to contact with these hot spots, the steam is generated. As is obvious, when the water comes in contact with anything hot, the steam is generated. And sometimes it may happen that hot water coming from that region finds a way to come out, okay, or finds an outlet at the surface, and these outlets are known as hot springs. Okay, they are known as hot springs. When these hot spots or hot water coming from that region finds an outlet, okay, at the surface, and these outlets are known as hot springs. And geothermal plants, power plants are use steam, okay, produced from reservoirs of hot water found, which is found below the Earth's surface to produce electricity. And this steam rotates the turbine that activates a generator then, and in this way we can produce the electricity. Okay, the steam is used basically here to run the turbine, and the turbine is then activates a generator, and the electricity is produced. This is the geothermal power plant. Okay, these power plants are built at these hot spots where this hot water comes out, and when the hot water comes out, the steam is generated, and this steam is used to rotate this turbine. As you can see here, the this is the steam here, and this steam is generated to run this turbine. Okay, and then the water again goes down the earth, okay, inside the earth. This is the hot water which is coming from here, and this hot water generates this steam, and the steam is used to run this turbine, and this turbine is connected to the generator. Then this turbine runs this generator, and the generator then produces the electricity, which is then transferred to the homes. And this is the geothermal power plant. So these are built at these hot spots. So this geothermal power is cost effective, okay, and it is reliable, and it is sustainable also, and environmental friendly also. And you can see here that no pollution is generated. It is absolutely it's absolutely environmental friendly, and because no smoke is produced here, no chlorofluorocarbons and no other gases, harmful gases, and the turbine just rotates on the steam. Okay, so this is environmental friendly, and but it has been limited to a very few commercially viable sites. Okay, and this is the disadvantage, if we can say it, because it is limited to a very few viable sites. Although recent technological advances have dramatically expanded the range and size of viable sources, and geothermal wells release greenhouse gases trapped deep within the earth. But these emissions are much lower per energy unit than those of fossil fuels. And now let's discuss about the advantage. What are the advantage of geothermal energy, and what are its disadvantages? Let me discuss about firstly its advantages. What are the advantages of geothermal energy? The first advantage is that it is environmental friendly. It does not cause pollution to the environment, and it reduces our reliance on fossil fuels, or we can say that we do not have to depend on the fossil fuels. And in geothermal energy, uh, it saves 80% cost over fossil fuels, and no fuel is used to generate the power. We do not have to burn any fuel to generate the power, as the energy is already stored within the earth in the form of hot spots or hot springs. And the geothermal power plants do not require a large space to build on. Okay, the geothermal power plants require a limited space to build the station. And geothermal energy is very efficient and long lasting. That means the input is small, or input is less, and its output is more. Its output is large. So it is very efficient, and it's long lasting also. So the it is a renewable source of energy and is available around the clock. And this is the another advantage of it. It's a renewable source of energy. We can renew it, and it is available around the clock. Let's talk about the disadvantages. There are also disadvantages of geothermal energy. And the disadvantage is that expensive to initially build the geothermal power plant and heating or cooling system in homes. Firstly, when you build the power plants, it's very expensive. Okay, at the initial stage, you have to build the power stations, geothermal power plants. So these geothermal power plants are very expensive to build at the first go. And second disadvantage is that it is location specific. Okay, you can only build the power stations or geothermal power plants on the specific locations. You cannot build at all the places. The hotspots or hot springs are only on the specific regions or specific these spots. And the steam often contains minerals that can clog pipes or pollute the surface water. So on the steam which is coming and coming inside the earth, that steam sometimes contains the minerals that can damage the pipes or that can clog the pipes, and that can pollute the surface water. And another disadvantage of it is that drilling and exploration for deep resources is very expensive. Okay, it's drilling and exploration for deep resources is very expensive.